Hashtag Scouse Megaphone Man. How you doing, guys? Good morning. So happy. Waving at you, Suzanne. Andrew Phillips, how you doing? Morning, Antonio. Claire Harold, morning. Good morning. Good morning, Anita. Waving back at you. Claire Harold, waving at you. I was a bit down last night, guys. But I had my interview and it cheered me right up. So I've had my little interview and I'm so happy. I really am so happy. We've got the Apple What's It podcast coming out, guys. That's going to start again today, which is absolute amazing. Chrissy Bannister, how you doing, bro? So I've had my little interview. What it's done is made my case. It's just put an extra nail in the coffin for me trial. Having that little interview. It was amazing. I hope your places, I hope what you've been doing and eating has turned out alright. You know? Bit of decorating. Love it. Loads of people on today. What am I doing today? I've got to speak to my legal team today. I've got to give them some more evidence for the Crown Court trial on the 10th and the 11th of May. So I've got to do that today. I've got to give my solicitor more evidence. It keeps coming, guys. It keeps coming. They're making my case. It's absolutely amazing. Like the establishment. Isn't it?
Yep.
Hey, it's amazing. It's amazing. So, the Apple What's It podcast is coming out. And that should be out today. So we're going to start that on the run up to court. In the name of children's rights, fathers' rights. Good morning, Sir Graham Brady. Much respect. Claire Harold, how you doing? Can I share this, Jack? Of course you can. We've still got loads of hats there. What I'm now going to start doing, you guys, right, with the Scouse Megaphone Man merchandise and brand, as you can see in the background here, Honour the Brave, hashtag Scouse Megaphone Man. There's only one Scouse Megaphone Man in this country. The best children's rights campaigner in this country, if not the planet. Now, what I'd like to do with my my brand, Scouse Megaphone Man, Honour the Brave, and children's rights, I'd like to take it to the next level. So every one of these hats that you buy and every child's t-shirt that you buy, that money goes into donation giveaways, guys, right? So I've got something good happening behind the scenes for me to be able to do this. It's amazing because at the end of the day, the children should come first. It's about revolutionising children's services. It's about combating social care. It's about getting the police as much money as possible to have a zero tolerance on crime. Implement my other ideas around social care. To combat and nip it in the bud all the problems that we have when we use social care. I mean, I'm a hand of peace. I've got many good ideas that I haven't exposed yet. What plugs actually holes in the social care bag, which is what all these politicians need. Build on and keep what we've got. And that's what it should be. Keep the money within the service. I think my ideas, they show that. I've got ways of costing my ideas in terms of rolling fund ideas. Make money themselves. I've got many rolling fund ideas for the police, to keep their budget as high as possible, to get as many police on the street as possible. Unfortunately, we've got the media whipping up friendlies on police incidents, and before you know it, it's a hate police campaign going on, a hate mem campaign going on, and You know, it's not about that. There's good and bad in all. I believe if you look into it a little bit more, there's indiscrepancies in what press are saying, which makes it unbelievable. People have taken it above and beyond and used it for their own gain. You've got all these people coming out about rape and all the rest of it. It is a despicable crime. I understand that. But the police officer wasn't arrested for rape. It was abduction and murder. And it's been taken, everyone's taken that and used it. You've got a vigil going on there, and you've got other people from other groups turning up, and before you know it, there's police breaking up an incident that shouldn't have even happened anyway. You've got people travelling from Southend to go to the Clapham Common. So these people should rightly be fined. You didn't have... I mean, I'm one man, and I know I'm within the realms of the laws and the rules of Corona. So I can go out on the megaphone, and I don't go on the megaphone because I've got respect for the people of this country that have lost loved ones in these hard times of Corona. So that's why I've not gone out, in pure respect for the people that we've lost, the families that have lost loved ones. That's the only reason why I've not gone out, guys. But I'm still within the laws and the rules of Corona to go out on my own, because I'm one man on a megaphone. So that's the only reason why I've not gone out. And then the other reason why I've not gone out is that saying less is more. I don't want to become a pain. Oh, it's him again. Oh, it's him again. You know? Just give it enough, and that's all you need. You know? It's like when you're in a fight. Once the guy's on the floor, there's no point kicking him while he's down on the floor. You've done it. You know? That's when things go wrong. Before you know it, you've stamped on his head. You're in prison for the rest of your life because you didn't meet it. Just a fit of rage, red mist. You've got to have that control, you know, on when to stop, when you feel that tap, let go, you know. So it's onwards and upwards as far as I'm concerned, and I'm gonna make children's rights be right up there, without a doubt. Sir Anderson, how you doing? Tracy, how you doing? Waving at you. Sandra, waving at you. Antonio, I always say them that judge are the ones hiding from judgment. Antonio, I can't sit here and say a judge is corrupt. Can't do it. Even when I've been sent to prison, I can't do it. And I haven't done it. My kids came home, both of them, on 2 different trials, outcomes in the civil courts. So I believe in the judges. And I believe in the police. The police are the only people that have left me alone. And they've been involved in my case. And the part that they've had to play in my case, in terms of social care and the criminal process, they've been professional. They've been told to do a job and they've done it. I've got not one complaint with my local police force, Thurrock Police Force. If anything, I hold them in really high regard in the name of children's rights. And I would not want anybody in the police force to lose their job because of my campaign and my plight for justice. I think the police and the courts have been seriously and massively abused, and I'm going to prove that on the 10th and the 11th. Until then, it's about waiting. But I've had my interview, and I'm absolutely chuffed to bits with the outcome of the interview, because it makes my case. It puts wind in my sails and gets me on a level where I'm going to be spit, polished and shine for court. No stone left unturned. The interview I had, it's coming out on the Apple What's It podcast. I think it's already out now. If not, it'll be out later on today. That's a dead set. Thanks to Jason Appleyard, Apple What's It. Big Father's Rights UK official campaigner. Firmly in the belief that if we repair children's rights, we'll repair everybody else's right, and we will. If we get a governing police body to uphold these court orders, you know, a police community support social worker to put an ease on the police force, put an ease on the courts. How many Mountain Gale courts have we got extra to cope with the demand? Now, if we had these impact centres with police community support social workers within them, keeping families together, you know, building community relations within that impact centre with the communities, with the police, bang, bang, work off each other, you know. Everyone will practice to be good, eventually we'll become good, and we'll have a great society, guys. It's up to us what we want to make it. You know, it's up to us what we want to do. Where do we want our future? You know, with all this lockdown and everything else, the government have had some serious meetings on me. And I know this. I know this. I can feel it. I can sense it. I feel like I've lived this life before. I've been in situations where I've gone through my civil court process to get my child back. And I was seeing visions of all kinds of violence, what I could see myself doing. But I believe it's happened before. And I'm reliving it, and I'm doing it the right way. Everything's just falling into place no matter what I'm doing. Throughout the whole process. Don't ask me how I've done it. I've just gone with it. Acted upon each part to prove my name. Expecting the unexpected. I've never trusted a professional come out of the care system. And because of that, I'm able to be sitting in a position I'm in now. You know? To not be able to trust a social worker when you know damn well she's out to steal your child. She's out to cause an animosity. The way they're talking, their meanour, you know? All the untruths. How they got the court date to steal me kid. The whole thing, you know? So I've predicted a hell of a lot before they did it. So I've had plenty of time to act upon it. And this is why I'll say to you people, am I from the future? I don't know. I don't know. But you're not meant to be able to do this with Parliament in the court system. Crown Court. You're not meant to do this. This is not right. This is not normal. You know, I believe in Parliament. I believe in a nice civilised society where everybody's happy using a service what they're confident and happy and trusting in using. At the minute, we're not. And they're the splinter groups known as the councils. All in debt, all meet threshold, and all failing, and all ramping up the taxes and everything, the licences and everything else to pay for their extravagant wages and their failings. We've seen it yesterday. You know, Thurrock Council ramping up the council tax, and there you've got two of the council workers parked on the pavement, broken all the paving slabs, and we've got to pay for that damage. You know, it just ain't right, the double standard parking, the damage they're doing, and there's 40, 50 yards, there's a car park. I'm a scaffolder, and we've had to walk with gear, scaffold gear, quite a long way, because we can't park on pavements, because we can't have tickets and all that, because the boss will say you've got to pay for them. And then, yeah, you've got council workers driving along the pavement, breaking the paving slabs at that, two of them, two vans, you know, because they don't want to work in the bow, they don't want to walk in the Bowen Idle. There's nothing else but. And it's the double standard parking. I mean, I've had parking tickets for less. I'm going through a parking dispute now at the minute. I'm not going to name the council, but I've got firm solicitor proof that I shouldn't have even had the fine. You know, one, it was free, and then now they're saying, oh, you was there for longer than an hour. I can prove I moved my car before the hour was run out, because I had permission to leave the meeting to do it. So I've got many solicitor friends and professionals that can vouch for me and say, I did move my car. So this council is going to have to squash the fine. They're going to have to, because I'm going to take it to court and go for it, because I can prove it. It's just one thing for us and one thing for them, and it's just not right. The professionals can see and do you can see them doing what they want. You can see they're failing massively. You can see they're lying in process and to the media, and they're getting away with it, and there's just no one there watching the watchmen. And this is not just my council. This is council after council up and down this country. You know, and we've got ministers who have worked all their life and worked really hard, and I mean above and beyond hard, to get where they're at. People like Robert Butland, the Right Honourable Justice Secretary of this country. I believe the buck stops at him. I hold this guy in high regard. I've never met him. Never spoke to him. And I hold him in high regard because I believe in his actions are speaking louder than his words. He is the man of the people. You know? Sir Graham Brady, he's on the live feed watching. I'm not just saying it because he's on here. A man of the people. Doesn't agree with the way we're being treated on lockdown. He doesn't agree with it. And he does speak up regularly and speaks out for us guys. You know, and us women, us families going through this. I just think it's unrecognised when people who are really seriously intelligent, Jacob Rees-Mogg, another one, you know. I could sit here naming many who I admire, you know. I just think that we need to build on the good. There's good and bad in all. Good politicians, good police, bad prison officers, bad politicians, bad councillors. It's up to us to elect and do our own work before we give up our sovereignty. Who are you voting for? Right, look him up. Because I see politicians that are slapdash, the community don't like them and they're getting re-elected. And you sit and think, how is that? How are you getting re-elected? I don't get it. You know, so people need to, next time they go and vote, really seriously think about what they do in the council chambers, the councillors, how they've spent your money, how they've run your council into debt, how there's no there's professional avoidance when there's accountability. There's no accountability. You know, you're met with professional avoidance all the time. You put through that complaints process of the council, passing the buck of blame. And that's all that process is, I'm afraid. I've got to say it as a children's rights campaigner, because when I went through the process, not once, twice, and I had everything upheld in my favour and proved that it is a passing the buck of blame, because they tried to worm the way out of it in the complaints process. I had to go there with all my evidence and say, actually, you're wrong. Look, here's a piece of your paperwork, what you supplied to me throughout the case, and it says this, contradicting what you're saying now. What have you got to say for yourself? To the point where the person who was the investigating officer for the complaints process put a halt to the meeting and said, can I have a halt to the meeting so I can go and get some legal advice? I was that good. I got the whole process held over for my benefit. The whole thing upheld. You know? So this is two processes. So I'd be very careful in giving up your sovereignty in terms of going to vote. I'm not saying don't vote. And what I'm saying is go and carefully check, go and look up the person you're looking, look at their action, look what actions they've done. You know, it speaks louder than their words, because they can all talk a good race. We had Jeremy Hunt getting in, you know. Oh, we're going to do this and yeah, on the manifest and all the rest of it. Gets in and then does a reverse on his manifest and does something different. Now, in my eyes, you've got into office, in my eyes, unlawfully. You've made promises that you can't deliver. Nicola Sturgeon making promises she can't deliver to get votes. This isn't right. And it isn't right. So I need people who are going to vote, go and check out who you're voting, go and look at who you're voting for, Google their name. You'll see. Actually, you know, they've had failings, many, look. You know, what have you done? Nothing. You know, and you're getting on the back of other people. Also your friends. And when these friends get into a bit of bother, these professionals, they all stick up for each other. They all lie for each other. I'm going to prove this in Crown Court. Trust me. Trust me. My evidence is unprecedented. I'm not meant to be able to do this, but I'm doing this for the future generations. This is meant to happen, guys. What I'm doing. It's meant to happen. You know, please, please, please be careful who you're voting for. I give up my sovereignty once. Look how I was treated. You know, it's outrageous. Absolute outrageous. So I'm sovereign. You ain't sovereign. I don't take the mindset as I'm not paying my taxes. I'm not listening to your laws. I'm still going along with the rules, regulations and the laws of this country. Staying on the moral high ground so the finger can't be pointed at me. You know? That's what it's about. Getting to the top. Getting that accolade. You know? Making children's rights be inscribed in law. Set it in stone. Bring it in line with the United Nations Convention on the Rights of a Child and Social Care of the UK. Bring it in line, you know, with the human rights. Because at the minute, it isn't. And we're signing embargoes and treaties and peace processes and all the rest of it. And your social care is going against it. Proper molesting the acts and statutes of Parliament. The process of social care does. Massively. So it's massively hypocrisy. And this is why I come up with the campaign of putting all the paedophiles and the child killers off to the NHS labs to cure children's diseases and stop animal testing. Is it happening? Come on, guys. Ian Huntley's had his COVID jab. You know. We've got to go with the times. Sensibly controlling population. I believe in that. Because God makes people every day. He doesn't make land. And David Attenborough once stated that the human species is going to overcolonise the planet. It's a fact. It is a fact. And everybody's migrating this way because of what's going on. Because of climate, etc. So it's about getting to the top. It's about doing what I can to get children's rights set in stone, inscribed in law, bring social care in line with the United Nations Convention and the human rights, right? And then be seen to be creating world peace, spending good money, not on extravagant wages, building these countries back up, to give people the option to go back to their roots and settle and live a life like we do in this country. Why am I not striving for that? Instead of being angry with people that are coming to this country, you know? Get out of our country, Brexit's here now. That's not the mindset to have. You know? From one human being to another, it isn't right. And it isn't right. I'll speak for every child. You know? I don't agree with children being put on boats and sent across the channel. I don't agree with that. Massively don't agree with that. And when them kids get to this country, they go missing. I don't agree with that either. So, we know how it is, guys. And we know how it rolls. And we can't keep sitting here slagging off government, slagging off Parliament and all the rest of it. We need to collectively get ourselves together, you know. I'm seeing no one do anything on children's rights, really. The loyal people of Scouse Megaphone and Man are doing something, but there's not a lot of people doing anything. And the people that call themselves English Lions and English Roses this country, they should be an absolute shame to themselves, and they should. You know, we all know who we're talking about, the influential people that do social media, and I've got the numbers right up there, and they do absolute nothing but promote themselves. It's a disgrace, and it shows that you have got no care and no consideration for the vets of this country because of what you're doing. Children's rights, you know, social services, you know, old and young. And nobody is pushing it to the point where we're uniting as a failed UK, a broken Britain. Because we are broken, guys. We're coming out of Corona, lockdown, depressed, to higher taxes, higher rates. Everywhere we go, when we go in the shops, they're ramping up all the prices. Look how much it is to go to the zoo. Look how much it is to go camping. Absolute outrageous, the fact that these people are ramping it up, making us pay for their losses. At the same time, the council are ramping up what they want off us. It's every pound out of our pocket, and we've got to look over our shoulder when we're out in community, because the civil enforcement officers generating tickets, you know, money for the council, you know, and they haven't got the decency, especially like my council. They haven't even got the decency after all the money they've obtained in them civil enforcement officers for dropping litter and all the rest of it, and they can't give the bin man a little pay rise, you know. All right, the bin men mess it up for themselves when they're getting into disputes in the street with the residents because of their frame of mind and their attitude, taking your home life to work, you know. That lets them down. I know that. But like I'll say to the bin men, and I've said it to their faces, mate, if you want me to back you for more money, I will come on the megaphone and I'll help you campaign. I've said that to the bin men personally, because personally, they do a good job for me. You know, and when I see them, they've been nice, you know, to other people. I've seen it in the street. I've never seen them screaming and shouting at residents and having arguments of people passing by in cars. I've not seen it myself, you know, but they let themselves down doing that. You know, it stops them getting that pay rise. So I'll say to them people on the bins, if you're doing that, pack up. You might get your pay rise, you know. But my point is the fact that the council obtains so much money from these civil enforcement officers for fag butts and litter. Why can't they give them the extra £20 a week or £10 a day? You know, they should be doing that, but the council won't. They're so damn greedy, they rob their own. They don't got no belief in their own. They don't respect what people do for them, the council, the public sector workers, even the social workers, the good ones. What about their mental health going through these times, guys? I know many good social workers, professional social workers who I hold in high regard, who are still in the council I complain about, Thurrock Council. Now, I feel for the mental health for these social workers massively, and it's even gone up even more now. Foster parents, like I predicted, are starting to leave. I predicted it all. It's happening. It's been on the news. I said this. The referral's going to go through the roof. It's happening. Domestic violence going through the roof. What we don't need is the press whipping up a frenzy. Big part to play in the rise in domestic violence because of what they're saying on national TV, what they're pushing. Anti-men this and anti-men that. Over a policeman. Kidnap and murder. Nothing about rape. Everyone forgets that this geezer had a woman accomplice who's also been arrested and charged. So it is what it is, but no one will scream and shout about that, Rant over, guys. There we go. Roddy Sprigg, one love. So, I can't sit here, Antonio. I'm not saying you are, but you'll never see me, mate, sitting here saying that judges are corrupt, because they ain't. I believe in the judges. And I believe in the Ulster Clause. Clause 3. I'm not talking about the courts, I'm talking society. Sorry, brother, wires crossed. No hard feelings. Too many people judge. That's right, Anita. Like that social worker said that too many kids are being taken into care for nothing, mate. That's right. That is an excellent, law-abiding, professional social worker who's in the swamp with the bad. We need to drain it, man. We really do. And the only way we're going to drain these swamps and these local authorities of the bad from the good, pre-service assessments carried out by the Barnes & Co. assessment unit. How about that? All the money obtained for them assessments would go for the kids in care, reaching out to community, keeping the money within, practicing Lord Beecham and Lord Folks, what they think, keeping the money within. That's what the service is meant to be. So my ideas, they're implementing that. You look nice, sweetie there. What's all that about?
Thank you.
I'm in here, guys.
You
We'll see. Good mornings, darling.
Hello.
Very true, taken for trivial reasons.
That was the chief social worker.
No one, because they don't do nothing, so why should I vote for someone who is said a load of BS, mate? It's naughty, isn't it, eh? Julie, how you doing? I hope Carter's alright. How correct. I went as far as Ministry of Justice, local MP, the lot, with my case to redirect it straight back to the social workers. If you've been through the complaints process, guys, and you've gone through the stage 1, 2 and 3 complaints process, you do know you can, if you're still not happy, go on to the Ombudsman. You can. Get your outcome in your complaints process. If you've gone through the stage 1, 2 and 3 complaints process, get your outcome and go to the Ombudsman. Make sure the Ombudsman know about it so it goes down on statistics of the council. Dawn Bland waving at you. Who saw Southwark? Hope you're all okay. We're amazing, Rosalind English. Yay, my first meeting on the Violence Reduction Unit Board on the 25th of March. Dawn Bland. Big up Dawn Bland, everybody. This lady's art is absolute amazing. She's amazing for mental health. She's had some success. My first meeting on the Violence Reduction Unit Board. So, Dawn Bland, one of my loyal followers who backs children's rights, who backs mental health, who backs self-harming. She backs the whole shebang, guys, right? This lady can relate right? She's turned the corner in her life and she's out helping others massively. I've got some of her artwork here, guys. I'm going to show you it right now. That is so personal to me, guys, right? This woman now is on the Violence Reduction Unit Board. So this is absolute amazing for mental health. Someone that can relate on a board, and this is what we want to see. People in community or from community that can relate. That's what we need within our services. One voice, our voice. You know, Dawn. Our voice, our platform, our Facebook, our Misty, our court case, our outcome, our children's rights, our streets, our police, our parliament. That's what it is, right there in a nutshell. We made the police become that standing army. Not me personally, but I've had a part to play in it. You know? If we treated the police different, thank you for your service, officer, in the name of children's rights. Do it. Watch their reaction. Watch the police's reaction when you do that. You watch. If you did that collectively, you would build a different morale in the police force and a totally different attitude. And majority of the time, I think you'd get benefit of the doubt on the street if you created that kind of police force. Professional judgment on the street, mate. Not overloading the courts. I believe in this. Marie, how you doing? I also believe in designated protesting areas. Now, I've got to stress this, guys. I think the politicians should, you know, in every town, have a designated area for protesting. Because I see many people now, I see one the other day, some guy emulating me, you know, going into a supermarket on a megaphone, causing alarm and distress. I'm in court for less. I'm in court for less on terminology. I'm seeing alarm and distress on the live feed and people shouting at him and you go home and all the rest of it, you're out of order and all that. That's alarm and distress. You're causing alarm and distress. You know, block the person because I don't need it. You're shouting something I've seen people go prison for. Lawful rebellion. I've seen people go to prison for it. I've seen people lose everything for it. I don't believe in it, mate. You know, I think that protesting, I believe in fair protest, peaceful protest. I've never cost the police budget, resource. I've not done it. I think once or twice I might have had my name and address taken. That's it. As far as it's gone. I've been arrested, but that's all going to become apparent because I am actually law-abiding children's rights campaigner. You know, I've turned the corner in my life. You know, but I believe in designated areas for protesting. I believe in that because it stops people going into the shops, going into the town centres, shopping areas and stuff like that. Protesting, scaring minimum, scaring kids. You know, look what James Goddard did. On a megaphone in the middle of leading all his merry men into the town centre and into where everybody's shopping. People don't want to hear it, mate. Kids don't want to see it. They don't want to hear it. They're not used to that. Going shopping and next minute you see a load of rowdy people turn up. One's got a megaphone. They're hanging over the balconies and all the rest of it. That's not protesting.
Shouting about kids getting raped.
That's making a nuisance of yourself. You know? Sorry, sweet.
Huh? No, shouting about kids getting raped and all that, Maggie. Kids don't want to hear that.
Exactly.
Imagine having that conversation.
So I believe in the future we should have designated protesting areas. You know, peaceful protest. And the politicians and the ministers and the lords, they should stop and take note and listen to some of these people. You know, that are protesting. I think many of them do. I think I'm one professional protester. You know, in the name of children's rights. And I believe that. I'll see many people protesting on the name of children. You ain't a good character. When you delve into what you're shouting about, you're definitely not for children's rights, mate. I don't agree with it. You know? I don't agree with going into town centres on a megaphone in a shopping area. I've not done it myself. I've always been on the street. I've always respected people on my megaphone. I've never used my megaphone as a weapon, ever. You know? I've used it to amplify my voice. There's nothing in the law that states that you can't amplify your voice. I've done that. You know? I've not gone up and got a super, super, super loud megaphone, even though there's a megaphone company that's going to give me a megaphone to test their new one out. So that's going to be an eye-opener, guys.
That one, you won't even have to log on to Facebook to hear what's going on, mate. Just open your bloody window.
It's better than the crowd control one.
Better than Thunderclap, mate. Is it? Boom.
Was it done for? Was it an army thing or something?
Don't say too much. Shush.
And the police commissioner's interested, Jack. Dawn Bland, if you can do that and build community relations with the police and help the way you're doing, you're amazing. You really are. From where you was to where you've got to, you're amazing. At the same time, I think you're amazing for keeping Johnny Walker alive. His name. You know, thank you so much for doing that, Dawn. You're amazing, you are. Jack, it was 3 years on Sunday since our Johnny died. That's right, you know, and that's why I've said, Dawn, on that last comment about keeping Johnny Walker's name out there, you know. What a nice guy. What an absolute nice guy.
We still can't listen to him singing.
No, you got choked, didn't you?
Yeah. Don't start me off, because I've just done my makeup.
Tinkerbell, you do. I've got to go carry on about my day, guys. Yesterday I done a bit of stuff on me pedal boat, what I'm starting to do. I've got all my cogs ready. Yeah. I've got me 2 bicycles all cut down now. I've painted one of them up. It's black, really nice. I've undercoated the other one and I've got to paint that one up. So I'm going to be out in the next couple of days getting some plywood and fiberglass, and I'm going to make myself a little John boat with JJ. And keep myself busy, so when the kids get their break, we can get the boat and we can go and have a nice camping trip, you know. Take the boat with us, take the ropes with us, take the teepee with us, take the kayaks with us, and just have a real good tools downtime, you know. That's what I need right now. I've been locked down for a hell of a long time. We all have. Me more so, because I've been campaigning from 2012. I've been scared to breathe. Every time there's a knock on the door, I think it's the police. It's shocking. It's absolute shocking, and we have to deal with that all the time. Even when my kids hear a delivery comes to the door and there's a bang on the door, it affects my kids exactly the same as it affects me, because I was arrested in front of my children. So when my kids hear the door and it's a delivery driver, their pins are on, they're switched on, their adrenaline switch is on. It's not fair what it's had an effect on my kids, the process I've gone through in the criminal process. It really isn't fair, but I'm going to be putting it all down on my impact statement, because that's the time when I'm going to be heard properly and it's going to be taken serious. The impact statement's going to be hard to read, guys. It really would be hard to read, what we've gone through as a family, not only through the civil courts twice, but through the criminal justice process. It's not finished yet. I feel so relaxed. I'm going to feel so relaxed at court. I've gone past the excitement stage. I was at the excitement stage years ago. I've gone past that and stayed humble, stayed professional. And that's the way I'm going to remain, guys. It won't faze me with the press in my face, because I've had it. I've had all that. I can hold my own in front of cameras and press. You've seen it on Parliament, you know, when I've been there. You've seen it when I've gone out and joined Extinction Rebellion for the future generations of the kids. And you've seen me on national TV. You've seen it on many live feeds. It's just my way of life now. Live feeds, that's all I do. I don't podcast. I broadcast. And I'm so happy that I've done it, because I've got that control. I've had to learn it. And I think I've more than proved myself as a professional children's rights campaigner. I'm a grassroots father, guys. I've got no qualifications, you know. I've had to learn as I've gone along. You know, it's up to me to be the best possible father, to stop that adoption, get that kid back, It's up to me to go on leaps and bounds and get that boy, you know, get him out of that environment. Got him out of that environment. It's up to me now to campaign for justice. And I've done that. I can see the finish line. I can see the finish line. It ain't far, guys. It's only the 10th and the 11th of May. And they're the 2 days that it's a big, massive healing in my therapy. Getting the outcome I'm going to get, which is a not guilty, 12 out of 12, against Parliament, it's going to be unprecedented. No one is going to be able to beat Parliament, let alone beat them in the criminal Crown Court and get 12 out of 12. No one's ever going to be able to copy that. I think that all the English lines to this country should be taking a check, mate. Seriously, taking a check on where Scouse is going, what he's doing, and joining the plight for the kids of this country, showing respect not only to the veterans but to the old people of this country who are now suffering. Don't think of yourself. Think of the children, the vets, and the old people of this country. Because I've made no secrets, mate. In all the discrepancies in this country and injustices, I'd put myself second to the veterans' injustices. Because I'm a nice guy. I'm about comfortability. I'm about respect. I'm about fair process. You know, I believe in Parliament. I believe Parliament could be so much better. There's going to be a time when I'm going to be sitting down with Parliament and I'm going to be going out my way to help them make it better. Building on the police. I'm going to be starting to work or trying to work closely with the police in the next few weeks, if not months and years to come, because I believe in the children's protector. I believe in the police having so much resource and budget, it would be unprecedented. If I could have a police officer in every street, I would, in the name of children's rights, because we all want a nice, civilised, fair society. You know, it's up to us to make something of ourselves, you know, and not just think life owes us a living, having loads of kids, you know. It's your right to have a child. It isn't your right for the government to keep paying for your kids. And I'm talking 1 child, 2 kids, sweet. As soon as you start going 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and you're consistently going up, you pay for your own, bruv. Why is the taxman paying for your kids? I don't believe in it. And I don't believe in it. I believe in you. There's got to be a cut-off point. You know? The taxpayer's sick of it. Absolute sick of it.
It's your right to have them and your responsibility to raise them.
Exactly. Alright, you can have the helping hand of the government to a degree. Once you start going beyond your means of you're living in a 2-bed flat and now you're having 4 or 5 kids.
Yep.
You're going above and beyond your means. We're not helping you. You're overcrowding yourself. We're in a housing crisis. And this is where we need these impact centres to bond and help the communities and help them make these right choices at the right times. At the minute, the services are not there, baby.
Nope.
Tinkerbell waving at you. I will always keep Johnny's memory alive. He was like a brother to me. Dawn, you're amazing. You really are. Thanks a lot for that. I like Johnny. We are warriors. We got knocked down. We get back up stronger. Learning our lessons from our trauma. We got life experience. It's more powerful than reading a book. 110,000%. I've gained many professional friends, guys. And when you've got professional friends who are very intelligent, to say the least, when you've got professional friends like that, the world's your oyster. Because if you've got the ideas and you've got the intelligence and you've got the know-how and you can accost that, why not? Why not? You know? It's a better Parliament. Stop these local councils, you know, press the reset button. You know what I mean? Pre-service assessments. Here's your salary. You have your pre-service assessment. There's the rest of what you're worth. That's extravagant wages right there. That's what I'll call extravagant wages. Here's your 25 grand a year. 30 grand. You know? 3 times the more than the Prime Minister, more Chief Executive and more Council. Social care is dilapidated and it's in debt. Drunk on power. That's what I call it. So I believe in having a percentage of your wages, having a pre-service assessment, if all well and good. Here's what you're worth. Thank you very much for your professional service. Keep it up. All the money on them assessments could go into the charity for kids in care and kids leaving care, reaching out to community kids. It'll put such an ease on the social care budget within the local authority. It's a fact. All assessments, parental assessments, psychiatric assessments, psychological assessments, psychiatric assessments, judicial reviews, serious case reviews, everything through the assessment unit. Keep the money within the service, because all we're seeing is chopper lolly suckers, people who suck the lollipop at the establishment, right? Doing investigations in complaints processes of councils and allowing professionals to run away and not answer questions to the investigating officer. Not acting as a professional is a form of misfeasance, guys. We want to put a stop to these law breaks. We want to, because there's footprints in these councils, we want to hold them all to account for what they've been doing and running away from. Because it ain't right. It's going from one council to another. You get exposed in this council, you're running off to another one. And then another one. Is there any wonder why these councils are all the same? In debt. Failing. So it's up to us to make that change, guys. Richie Bat, one love, waving at you last. Salute me, my friend. I hope you guys got your merch this morning. So let me tell you something about the merch. All these hats now. Scouse Megaphone Man. All these hats. Yeah, look, here's my new little... I'm getting myself a little wall ready, guys. So I can... It's not a studio, but I want to start pushing it up there. Because these are podcasts, really, what I do. Live podcasts, isn't it? So I want to start making something of my dining room so I can, you know, look good on me podcasts. Show them all up. But all this merch that you see now, when you buy these hats, the £10 you pay for that hat goes to make a kid smile. They go towards donation giveaways. All your donations you give to me, you see where it goes and making kids smile. I've just gone and got myself a load of DVDs there. And I got them cheap. So, they're part of the giveaway Friday. I've got a load of Scouse Megaphone Man t-shirts, of children's t-shirts, that I'm going to also be giving on the giveaway day. I'm probably going to chuck a load of hats in there. So, when I get there on Friday, we'll have a lot of merch there. We'll have some toys there, DVDs there, and whatever stuff we get when the donations keep coming in. We're doing amazing, aren't we?
Yeah, we're doing bloody well. Bloody well.
We just got to keep it going, sweetie. We just got to keep it going. We know what we're doing. We know how good it is. We know how powerful it is. And we believe in ourselves and we believe in the truth. And we hold the followers and the Facebook friends in high regard, don't we?
Very much.
We have actually stopped adding friends on the profile.
To sum it up, we know our onions. We know our onions.
We're staying humble.
Yeah.
We're not going to be excited and happy until children's rights is inscribed in law.
No.
And in parallel line with the United Nations Convention on the Rights of a Child, at the same time the human rights.
Hey, Pesci.
Well done. Nice bit of Latin. Thanks, Boris. I've got to love yous and leave yous, guys. Does anybody know who this guy is?
No.
Oh, yeah. I can't, guys. Oh, nearly.
Good job I was in here.
Because you can see who's in the background,
Yes. Never mind.
I can show them the one where
No.
I can show them.
No. Never mind.
Me evidence keeps coming, guys. Me evidence keeps coming for the crown. It's oh mate.
It's like
It's embarrassingly
raking up
stupid.
leaves off a tree in the middle of a field and it's dead windy. No matter how much you rake it up and put it in a pile, you turn round, there's always 10 times more sitting there waiting for you to rake it all back up and put it in a pile.
The evidence just keeps building for me for the Crown, guys. It really does. And in some ways, this court case, I feel sorry for Parliament. Because it's embarrassing, mate. It really is embarrassing. And that's to say the least. I think that there's many ministers and lords who are absolutely furious of what's going on with my campaign and Crown Court. I think that, yeah, they're furious. I believe that. Because it's going to be so embarrassing. I am going to actually pull down the trousers of the establishment and smack its arse hard. It's a fact.
Sting it while it's cold.
We're going to listen to see if we can hear the moon wimp in sympathy.
Yes.
But it's embarrassing, guys. But, you know, it is what it is. That's the key word between all the podcasters. It is what it is.
But not this one.
What do you reckon? What do you reckon, Bab?
I do.
It is what it is. When you see people practice to be good, and then you go and look at them people, like Sam Walker, and others who've got campaigns going, who've gone into other countries and done what they've done. I admire that so much. What that man has done for kids in Sierra Leone. From one man to another, put Scousers aside, mate. It's amazing what he's done for the kids in that country. This is unnoticed. He might have been a naughty boy. He might be an undesirable to professionals. But look what he's done. Big him up for that. Big time. Big time. Because his actions, he's a doer. You know, another Scouser standing up to be counted. You know, he's practicing to be good, guys. Just like many others I'd love to name. You know, they've got good campaigns. You know, we should collectively be all practicing to be good. Coming together and creating a better country. You know, for our future generations and our kids today. That's what we should be doing, man. Big time. I'm going to have to love yous and leave yous. Channel 4 is going to be doing a programme soon about exposure, about the social services.
Hey.
Let's hope it's not a repeat, and let's hope we're involved in that.
Wonder where that might be based.
I got told Panorama was in Thurrock Council, and they have been for some time, eh? And when they left... That's what I got told. Yeah, about that, eh? I got told that Panorama went into Thurrock Council as social workers. They're not there no more. Apparently. I thought I'd let you know.
I got told that when certain people were inside Thurrock Council from these news channels and these broadcasting stations, that somebody didn't know it, that somebody was outside on their megaphone, so it will be clearly heard on any audio recording devices. Even you didn't know that one. Oops.
He goes with the wind in.
I wish he would go with the wind.
He did. What's his name then, Cheryl?
David Amos.
Well,
You see, and it's not wrote on the paper.
he's good on a megaphone. Yeah, innit, mate. Have a good day, everyone. You're all fantastic. So are you, Claire. Amazing achievement. Big up Claire Harold, everybody. Woman of the people. Why haven't we got a women's page? Why haven't we got a women's campaign page for children's rights? Why haven't we got that? We've got Jason Appleyard there for the dads. Why haven't we got a children's rights woman page for the women? Where's the grandparent page? Children's rights grandparent page. Where is it? Who's pushing the grandparents' rights, guys? We need someone to represent the grandparents' rights, so we can all bounce off each other. We can bounce with the grandparents' rights. We can bounce with the Apple what's it, and the father's rights UK official, Jason Appleyard. Where is it? Where's the woman one? We need a woman one as well. Women's rights. We need to all collectively come together. It's not just me, children's rights can do it. We need grandparents' rights, women's rights, men's rights, father's rights, you know.
We need united rights.
Yeah, united rights. Get it out there, guys. Who wants to get up there? Who wants to make something of themselves? Practicing to be good. There's carrots there to be taken. Children's rights is my space. Firmly my platform, and firmly many people on the platform who help pull people up. We don't help people up to take the top spot. They're not capable. They haven't got the evidence. There's nothing there for them to take the top spot. They know, everybody knows, they can't get a top spot on children's rights. I am the top, you know? And for me to help people up onto my platform, and then encourage you to help other people up, it's right. Because it's all about combating social care. It's not for anybody's gain, but comfortability. Repairing the country. That's what it's about. Don't listen to Jeremy Kyle. PJ waving at you. I hope you're in it and you can expose the social services, because they need to be named and shamed too, mate. It'll happen. Listen to me, guys. Soon as I come out of Crown Court on the 10th of the 11th, I am going to have an investigation started on crimes against humanity committed by the state. Serious allegation. Say it on a megaphone. They got me in court on terminology. So if it wasn't an allegation, I'd be in court, wouldn't I? Yeah. For saying shit like that. Sorry for swearing. I am Thrust Passion. Thrust passionately campaigning. What's wrong with that? Thrust passion is the children's word. Frustrated, at the same time passionate. Thrust passion. Hashtag thrust passion. But we're going to expose it, Mick, and we're going to do it well, mate. I got my own page, Doan Bland Poet and Artist page. Listen carefully, everybody. I got my own page, Dawn Bland, Poet and Artist page, with all my drawings and videos on raising awareness on and reaching out to others, pushing for changes for others. So I want everyone to go and check that out, Dawn Bland's page there, guys. Go and check out her amazing drawings and videos. The drawings are amazing. I've got 2 or 3 of hers. 2 of them are prints that I've had to print off the internet, but one is actually on a canvas that was sent to me by Dawn Bland herself, and I've just showed you that. It's onwards and upwards, guys. Children's rights, it's going to be up there. And to all the professionals that have got me back, and I don't know it properly and don't see it properly, if you have had me back, thank you so much for the work you're doing behind the scenes for children's rights, because there's many professionals that I do damn well know that I'd love to shake my hand and have a chat and a coffee with me, but given the times we're in and what I'm doing at the minute, they're not able to do that. So I want to say thank you to them professionals that who do actually make waves for me to benefit in my plate and what I'm doing. It's onwards and upwards. Keep smiling, guys. It'll keep your heart of stone. See you all soon.